Hey, welcome back to Learning Self-Reliance. Today's video is about having a channel discussion. I want you guys to hop in the comments and offer any suggestions that you've got, some videos you'd like to see, or criticisms or something like that. So this shot right here is really cool. My wife got me a GoPro Hero 4 for my birthday, and this is 1080p shot at 120 frames per second, slowed down to a quarter speed. So this is 4 times as slow as normal, and it's playing at 30 frames per second, which is really cool because you get to see the bees flying around in the air like this and see their wings beating. So this is just some kind of eye candy for you guys. You can watch this and as you're listening to this channel discussion. Definitely expect more shots like this in the future, just thrown into my videos, just so you guys get some cool little shots and studying things in slow motion that you don't normally get to see. First thing I want to talk about is ads on my videos. I feel really strongly about this, and I think a lot of people really don't care, but I really do not like ads. Um, so what I've got for my channel is kind of a compromise. I have one ad before my videos, and that's it. I'm not going to do any pop-ups. I'm not going to do ads in the middle because those just drive me nuts in my personal life. I can't stand when I'm watching a video and then all of a sudden there's some ad popping up that I have to click on or something. It drives me insane. So I'm not going to do that on my channel. And speaking about ads, the reason for the ads is revenue. This channel costs me money to make. And right now it's a hobby, and I have a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys enjoy these videos. And the the channel is not even remotely profitable, and I don't know if it's ever going to be profitable. Um, I'm happy with my job, and I don't know if I'd ever want to do this YouTube stuff full time, but I like the ads because it allows me to buy some gear for the channel. So I'm hoping next month or something I might get a paycheck from Google and I'll be able to buy some audio equipment to have a lapel mic, or I think it's called a lavalier or something like that. Uh, that'll help improve the audio and help catch my speech or something if I'm further away from the camera and things like that. I do want to mention that I am not a professional photographer. I'm sure if any professionals watch my videos, they'd actually be able to tell that. But most of my experience with photography and audio and things like that come from this channel. So I do expect that my quality is going to be improving over time, and I have become more interested in producing better quality for you guys. So I hope quality does improve, and I'm satisfied with it for now, but there's definitely a lot of room to grow on this. I wanted to talk about the original idea behind this channel, the overall vision I've got for it. So I've seen a lot of people's videos on YouTube, and they post a video, and I try to replicate the results, and it just doesn't work. Like with my video about freeze drying at home, yeah, I put it in the uh, uh, dr I put it in the vacuum sealing mason jars video. And I talked about how I tried to freeze dry using this method I found on YouTube and several other places on the internet, and it doesn't work at all. So I hope I can uh, take things that I find online that people say work and try it out. And then if it actually works, you guys can see it and try it out for yourselves. And if it doesn't work, then I can put that out there and kind of have some counter argument against those kind of methods, whatever they may be. I hope you guys have been enjoying the beekeeping videos. My wife and I love our bees, and we've been having a ton of fun with them. I mean, it's a really expensive hobby to get started on, but we're hoping that in the next few years it'll start to be profitable for us. Um, Something for next spring that we're going to be working on is gardening. I am a terrible gardener. I do not have a green thumb in any way, and we're going to be doing a garden next year, and hopefully we can get some criticism on that and about how to improve it and how to fix it. Our yard is pretty much just rock right underneath your feet, so it makes gardening extremely difficult. So we have raised beds and stuff that we've worked on, but that's something that's planned in the future for next year. We're also planning on doing a bug out next month once the snow shows up. We've I've had a ton of fun making these bug out videos. It really helps me to perfect my bushcraft, to do it on camera because it makes me second guess myself. It makes me uh, rethink what I'm doing and catches my mistakes on camera, and so I can notice it later and kind of critique myself. And I hope that really helps with new people as well. And I hope it can kind of show what gear you actually use when you go out and do this stuff. Because a lot of people will do bug out bag videos, but do they really use all of it? I've got a lot of extra stuff in mind that I don't use every time, but most of the gear in my bag, I would say about half of the items I have in there, I use every time I go. I'm also hoping to do some more canning videos. I've got some bacon that's actually a year old that I canned, and it tastes pretty decent actually, so it's not too bad. But there's little uh, differences in canning than I expected once I started to do it myself. I know that there's quite a few canning videos on YouTube, like canning butter and canning cheese and stuff like that, that I haven't tried out yet, but I would like to try out. But I hope my videos can be a little bit more instructive and kind of more from a layman's perspective about canning and kind of showing I tried this, it didn't work. And a lot of, I think, people who just can all the time, the old grandmas that are just so good at it, they probably skip over a lot of details and they do things and they don't even think about it. It's just muscle memory. They do it and it works for them. And I don't have that experience. And so a lot of the time it's just me struggling to get it to work, as you guys can probably see from my last video. One thing I wanted to talk about is bringing my wife into the channel. My wife and I have been married for a couple years now, and I don't really have her much in the channel because of YouTube's uh, culture of just uh, angst towards women and stuff in YouTube. And I have no idea why that is the way it is. I think it's just because there's a bunch of teenagers and stuff on here. But I do want to include my wife in the channel a lot more. And I'm we're going to be going on a bug out probably in a month or so once we get some snow here in Utah. And we're going to take our snowshoes that we've got. Neither of us have gone snowshoeing before, but we got some snowshoes, and we're going to be going to doing a mock bug out together and go snowshoeing with that. And hopefully we can bring Penny along. Just got to make sure her feet aren't damaged by being in so much snow all the time. So I will be introducing my wife a little bit more into videos, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Just a little bit hesitant about YouTube's community and the way they treat women. Speaking about going snowshoeing, I with this GoPro, it's got some pretty cool features like time lapse, which is going to be able to allow me to get some really cool shots just showing the natural scenery and the weather and stuff that goes through Utah. Utah is my favorite state that I've lived in. I've lived in several states on the east and west coast and all over the place in the United States. I've moved a lot of times, and Utah is my favorite. I love the lack of humidity. I love that. I love the red rock, and I love the pine forests and the sagebrush plains and the mountains and all this gorgeous area. So the GoPro is going to really allow me to get some interesting footage for you guys to document all this stuff that we do. Man, I'm just loving watching these bees fly around like this. It's so cool to see them coming in quarter speed like this. Well, I do want to hear from you guys. That's why I titled this a channel discussion. If you guys are, if I'm doing too many bee videos or something like that, let me know. If you want to see more bug outs, which I'm sure some people are going to say, yeah, do more of that. That's why I subscribed, because some of my bug out ones are my most popular videos. And I do want to do those, but those are a lot of effort to do, and they do take time on the weekends, and so it's difficult for me to schedule around that, giving days to make a bug out video. And I do want to encourage you guys to comment on my videos. I do read the comments. I don't get a whole ton of them right now, but I do read your comments and I try to respond to them when there's something I can do about it. I will say that I'm going to try to leave any even critical comments and stuff on my channel unless they're just too ridiculous, which happens a lot on YouTube. But I do want to encourage you guys to comment and critique and help me to get better at self-reliance and things like that. My wife and I do take our emergency preparedness extremely seriously, and there's a lot of deeper in emergency preparedness, deeper prepping that we do that I don't have videos about. And let me know if you guys want to see stuff about that. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was informative for you. Leave any comments or questions you got, and please remember to like and subscribe.